My brothers and my sisters and my mommy and my daddy, granny on my mama's side and on my daddy's side. Great granddaddy, great great grandmammy, all the way back again. My brothers and my sisters and my mommy and my daddy, granny on my mama's side.
Our goal is to use the arts to help with conflict resolution, to use plays as catalysts for dialogue.
They can rehearse forgiveness, they can rehearse reconciliation, they can rehearse getting along, they can rehearse being with each other, and they do it very, very well. Even though they may have to go back to neighborhoods which teach them still to be suspicious of the other side of the wall, what happens here is they become an ensemble.
My brothers and my sisters and my mommy and my daddy, granny on my mother's side and on my daddy's side. Great granddaddy, great great granddaddy, all the way back.
My brother's best friend was a guy from Dublin, and they were friends for 25 years. The guy from Dublin just assumed my brother was a Catholic, which he wasn't. But he just all assumed that for 25 years, and the day that he found out that he was a Protestant, the friendship ended like that. My brother couldn't believe it.
When we were going to school, we were getting chased to school because we had to go through certain areas. We were living in fear all the time, I said.
Why do you think they put up walls?
Some sort of people a couple of hundred years back had a feuding and they don't want something like that to happen again between the two sides, so they put up this giant green fence.
There's a wall at the back of my street.
What do you think about that?
I didn't really know what it was for at the start, but
Right.
I just like, why is the wall there?
Do you think they should take that one down? I mean, what's on the other side of that wall?
I don't know.
Do you want to know? My brothers and my sisters and my mommy and my daddy, granny on my mama's side and on my daddy's side. Nice, nice.
We think that history, stops, but it's filtered down into future generations, and we're not really sure why, because nothing's really explained as much as somebody that maybe lived through the time.
Great granddaddy, great great granddaddy, all the way back.
The default stance in Northern Ireland with adults when it comes to doing a play like this is a kind of cynical stance. It's a closed down stance.
I was leaning definitely in the sceptical end, and it completely won me over. This is a ball. What? Ball. I've worked all around the world as an actor, and this is a very special opportunity.
I'm not staying.
I think it's a different pitch of children's voices. There's an honesty. One of the songs that we kind of tended to sing in an American accent, and they just straight in there with their own accents.
Anymore.
They had this real beauty of just honestly singing. Singing's good for people.
The idea is to talk about cities with these kids, and specifically the city of Belfast, and specifically reimagining Belfast.
What other things do you need in a city?
Beach, landmarks.
If I was running the town, like the way over here younger people drink, I would make the thing 21 to drink, and so I would, and I get the people to stand outside, and I'd see where they're going and I'd follow them.
In the West, we see arts as entertainment, whereas in Latin America and in Asia and in Africa, people see the arts and storytelling in particular as a medium for social change.
We can say things in theatre that nobody else can say, make people listen to things differently, and give them a good night out, give them entertainment, but at the same time we can provoke people to rethink and re-look at the society that they're living in.
Where's yours?
The children have spent the last 2 days basically imagining what a new Belfast would be like in the next 50, 100, 150 years, and kind of getting away from the way things are and the way that they want them to be.
Tell your partner the worst experience that you can remember in Belfast.
And my granddad choked me.
So I hope you listened very, very, very well, because you're going to tell your partner's story.
So I was on the phone to my daddy going, Daddy, I'm lost, I don't know where I am. He goes, well, where are you? If I knew that, I wouldn't be lost. There was people over fighting and all, we were just putting our heads down like, please don't get us involved.
Some of the young people, there is no doubt that they have felt more pain, seen more darkness than you and I will ever see.
What's your name, honey?
With Sasha, there certainly was issues to do with low self-esteem.
The first time I took her to a talent tribe, she was terrified. She was absolutely terrified. She sat in my knee and she just watched.
Just for her social skills, there has been an incredible development. To watch her now singing at the top of her voice is just phenomenal.
I have seen a big change in Sasha. Her confidence now, she's still quiet, but she hasn't got that enormous fear that she used to have.
They are going to inherit what we leave them. And that's an onerous responsibility.
They have the power to imagine and to realize that vision as they get older about how to change their city, how to visualize something that they can really respect and believe in.
I do think things will start to change. May not happen in the generation coming behind, but certainly the generation behind that, I really do have high hopes.
They've bonded because of the work, of the creativity. I couldn't but describe the work that has been done in these days as life-changing for some of these kids. They'll never forget it.